Welcome to our U.S. Briefing Show. Today, we've got some exciting news from the world of finance and politics. First up, the U.S. government is making a major move by acquiring a 10% stake in Trilogy Metals, a Vancouver-based miner. This investment, valued just under $1 billion, aims to boost critical mineral industries and cut reliance on China. Plus, the order to build a new access road in Alaska could really help this project move forward. Next, gold prices are soaring past $4,000 per ounce for the first time ever. Investors are turning to gold as a safe haven amidst economic worries and ongoing trade tensions. This surge shows just how anxious the market is right now, with many looking for stability in precious metals. Finally, in France, things are heating up politically. President Macron is under pressure as his first prime minister urges him to resign amid a hung parliament and declining support. With the next election not until 2027, the country faces a tense period ahead. Please continue to stay tuned for more details. CNN reports that Trilogy Metals has experienced a remarkable surge in its stock value after the White House announced a strategic move to acquire a 10% stake in the Vancouver-based mining company. This government intervention signifies a broader effort by the United States to secure critical minerals and reduce dependency on China, aligning with President Donald Trump's policies. The investment, coupled with warrants for an additional 7.5% stake, came alongside executive orders facilitating the construction of an access road to Alaska's Ambler Mining District, a region rich in rare earths and vital to the company's development. Analysts from the Royal Bank of Canada expressed optimism, suggesting that federal backing could eliminate regulatory hurdles, thereby increasing the likelihood of the Ambler project reaching production and unlocking significant value. The Associated Press highlights a historic milestone as gold futures soar above $4,000 an ounce for the first time, driven by investor flight to safety amid a looming U.S. government shutdown. As of early trading, gold was valued at $4,003, reflecting heightened demand for secure assets in uncertain times. The surge underscores the ongoing economic anxiety fueled by tariffs and geopolitical tensions, which have historically bolstered precious metals. The rising prices symbolize a global search for stability, with gold serving as a refuge for investors amid turbulent markets, echoing a year of wider gains in silver and other metals as economic fears deepen. South China Morning Post details the ongoing violence and diplomatic efforts in Gaza, marking the second anniversary of the Hamas attack that triggered a protracted conflict. Israeli military forces launched intense bombardments across Gaza, with tanks, jets, and boats pounding the territory, while residents endured relentless violence. Indirect negotiations between Hamas and Israel, mediated by Egypt and Qatar, aim to address critical issues like withdrawal and disarmament, yet no ceasefire has materialized. As families mourn loved ones lost in the conflict, such as the tragic story of a young couple buried together, the broader context reveals a region still engulfed in chaos. Palestinian factions reaffirm their resistance, while international voices, including the EU, call for urgent ceasefire and hostage releases, emphasizing the complex, fragile path toward peace amid ongoing suffering and diplomatic deadlock. According to Yahoo US, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia has expressed her willingness to negotiate with Democrats on healthcare issues amidst the ongoing government shutdown. Greene, who has previously criticized her party's stance on various issues, revealed her concern over the potential doubling of insurance premiums if tax credits tied to Obamacare expire at year's end. Despite her opposition to free healthcare for undocumented immigrants, she emphasized her focus on protecting American families and her stance against foreign aid priorities, criticizing her party for neglecting domestic needs in favor of foreign conflicts. Greene's openness to bipartisan talks contrasts with the Republican leadership's stance that the government must reopen before concessions on healthcare can be discussed, highlighting a rare moment of inter-party dissent driven by her personal experiences with rising insurance costs. Meanwhile, the Australian Broadcasting Corporation reports on France's escalating political crisis, with former Prime Minister Edouard Philippe publicly urging President Emmanuel Macron to resign amid mounting support for the far-right and a deadlocked parliament. Macron's failure to secure a stable coalition following legislative elections has deepened the crisis, threatening the country's stability ahead of the 2027 presidential race, where Marine Le Pen's far-right party is gaining momentum. Philippe's call for Macron to step down reflects widespread frustration within the political establishment, as Macron's international influence contrasts sharply with his domestic struggles. The situation remains uncertain, with potential options including new elections or the appointment of a new prime minister, as Macron faces increasing pressure from both the far right and his political allies to resolve the deadlock and stabilize France's governance. Lastly, Yahoo US provides a weather update on Florida's tropical storm outlook, focusing on Invest 95L, which is gaining organization as it moves toward the Caribbean. Forecasters predict it will likely strengthen into a tropical depression or storm, with the next named storm expected to be Jerry. The uncertainty surrounding its path has residents across the Caribbean and southeastern U.S. on alert, with models showing a range of potential trajectories. Authorities advise residents to stay vigilant and monitor updates, emphasizing the importance of preparedness during the active hurricane season. The evolving storm system underscores the ongoing threat of severe weather in the region, prompting continuous tracking and readiness efforts as the season progresses. CNN reports that innovative ice batteries are transforming sustainable cooling solutions across the United States, exemplified by Norton Audubon Hospital in Louisville, Kentucky. Each night, this hospital freezes around 74,000 gallons of water into ice, which then melts during the day to cool circulating water in the building's pipes, reducing reliance on traditional air conditioning and lowering energy costs significantly. This thermal energy storage technology, favored for its eco-friendly benefits, minimizes emissions by shifting energy consumption to off-peak hours when electricity is cheaper and cleaner, often utilizing excess solar power. Companies like Trane Technologies and Nostromo Energy are expanding the use of ice batteries in various settings, from hospitals and schools to data centers, where high cooling demands make this method particularly advantageous. The technology not only cuts costs, saving Norton Hospital nearly $4 million since 2016, but also alleviates grid strain during peak summer months, making it a vital component of future energy resilience and public health strategies amid rising global temperatures. OpenAI's ambitious push into the infrastructure of the AI era, as detailed by CNN, involves massive investments in data center capacity to support its rapidly expanding ecosystem of AI-powered applications. Since its rise to prominence with ChatGPT in 2022, OpenAI has become a dominant force, now planning to deploy 6 gigawatts of data center capacity powered by AMD chips, alongside partnerships with NVIDIA, Oracle, and others. This aggressive infrastructure expansion is driven by the need to sustain and scale its AI models, which require immense computational resources, costing billions, yet remain unprofitable so far. OpenAI's strategy resembles Google's broad ecosystem approach, aiming to embed AI into everyday life through integrated services and hardware innovations, including collaborations on new AI hardware products. As the company continues to pour billions into data centers across the US and abroad, it seeks to outpace rivals like Meta and Microsoft, betting that the burgeoning AI revenue stream will justify its colossal investments and establish it as a foundational platform in the next digital era. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.